These are hallowed halls. They've housed the legends before you. The ones who gave their all. They knew no one could come in and take what was theirs. But in a war like this, not every battle can be won. So now's the time to start your legacy. Battle. Fight. Make them remember your name. The time is now. It can happen here. Show them what it means to be a Husky. Defend this ice.
An incredible night in San Antonio for Karl-Anthony Towns, who set a Timberwolves franchise record tonight with 60 points, the highest scoring game in the NBA this season. Karl went 19 of 31 from the floor. He had 50 by the time he was done with three quarters, 52. Cat had his claws all over this game tonight in a 10-point Timberwolves win.
Jules Eriksson-Ek snapped a 9-game drought Friday night, picking up 2 goals and an assist. It was his 4th career 3-point game and one that included his 11th power play goal of the season in the process.
Matt Boldy does a great job on the back check, picking the Seattle Kraken's pockets, and here we go on offense. Eriksson-Ek, Fiala on a bit of a 2-on-2 here, and the attention that you could see Fiala there. He just gets a wave of players, and this is a really good angle you're going to see here. What we see from Fiala sees right here. I'll go a little bit, there we go, where we can see him a little bit better. And you can see Jules Eriksson-Ek doing exactly what he should be doing. He is driving right to the middle lane net. He's making this defenseman either take him or take Fiala step up for the shot. Fiala realizes this Seattle Kraken player, his feet are facing the wrong way. He's got some edge work here. He should be turned and facing back this way towards the ice, and he's not. So Kevin Fiala knows he can sneak in behind him. And just watch how the Seattle Kraken get sucked in to Kevin Fiala. Look at this. All 5 guys right there. You can throw a blanket over him. He slides over to Eriksson-Ek, who is wide open, and there we go.
No doubt about it. And here's a fun fact. These two teams, after today, will still face each other 9 more times this season. So that's 9 more games for the Royals to try to quiet Luis Arraez and 9 more games for the Twins to try to solve Bobby Witt Jr. Neither are probably too thrilled just thinking about it. And here's a look as to why. Bobby Witt Jr. has 7 hits in the series, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run. He's utilized majority parts of the field, but he's also been impressive in all aspects. And Luis Arraez has 6 hits. Now, they're all singles, but if you look at the season series as a whole, he's batting over 400 against the Royals and only has 6 strikeouts in 38 plate appearances. Here's what each manager has to say about the other's young and impressive slugger.
This move right here, this little drop step, back to his right. I almost jumped out of my seat. You so rarely see a big man make a move like that now, unfortunately. And same situation here, Monroe as a scorer in the second half. This was a big hoop, everybody. He backs in a little bit, little shake, and over that shoulder for the nice little jump hook. Jim Peterson, what did you think of my man Greg McRoe last night?
He's already your man, Lynchy?
I like him after one game. He's my guy.
After one game, he's your guy already. That's great.
One guy who just seems unfazed by the pressure of a playoff race is rookie Jose Miranda. He might have had the single biggest at-bat for Minnesota last night. With the Twins down a run in the 8th inning, Miranda The victim of a poor strike call early in the at-bat still managed to fight through 8 pitches to come through.
Yeah, and a 2-0 count, and this is the pitch right here. That fastball out, Emma called that a strike. That ball not even close. Jose Miranda, you can see the way he reacts, but the good thing about him, the adjustment that he was able to make, put that behind him, not worry about it. He got himself back, kept himself in front of this count, missed a pitch right there that he could have hammered, but he got another one, and he stayed on it. He hit the ball the other way, and I asked Rocco Baldelli this morning, how hard is it as a hitter to be able to move on from a bad call in the way that Jose Miranda did? And he said it's one of the most difficult things for a hitter. It's even more difficult for a young hitter. So
now getting to Jake Middleton, I talked with the Sharks analyst Brett Hedican on my way to the rink today, and he said, Ben, he is the most high character player that the Sharks had. And he was devastated that they let this guy go. And Brett Hedican knows a thing or two about winning. Won a Stanley Cup, played in the Olympic Games, also married a gold medalist, so I take his word highly. And what Middleton did on this one that you talked about, play decoy, he takes Tyler Myers, who's 6'9", by the way, out of this play. That center drive, instrumental in creating a lane for that pass. Also here, we see his feet. Not a small guy. He's a big guy that can move. And in years past, we've had smaller defensemen. That doesn't really jive so well in the postseason. What Jake Middleton's been able to do, I think, has really gone under the radar. Yeah.
I got to tell you, this just makes me giddy to think that Sonny Gray now has command of his two-seam fastball. And we talk about two-seam fastballs. There are guys in the league that cannot throw a two-seam fastball, and then there are guys that have command of a two-seam fastball, and Sonny Gray comes into that latter group. Because when you take a look at this pitch and how to a right-hander, it starts off the plate and comes back on the plate, and to a left-hander, it starts on the inside part of the plate and then comes back over the plate. He got 6 or 7 strikeouts with this two-seam fastball with 2 strikes, and it just goes to show you, Anthony, it's not against the law to throw a 2-strike fastball.
If you look at Torian Prince, he just has his head down. He already knows that Jordan is going to be able to get the ball up quick and give it to him. They score quick, 20 seconds left on the clock. That's what you want to do. Last year, they were second in pace, 22nd in fast break points because they weren't converting. Now that has changed. You have a guy like Vando. As soon as the rebound goes up, he doesn't have it. He's figuring out where his lane is so that he can sprint the floor, get to the basket, and get something easy for this team, converting on the fast break points.
Wes, you've pointed out a couple times during the broadcast the way that the fans are showing up in droves. They're 3-4 rows deep every game along the glass, packing the warm-ups. Some of the signs I've seen this year have been beyond creative. How special of a feeling is it for a player to see the support like this?
Listen, we come to the game Easter Sunday with my younger boys and their friends, and they were sitting on the glass down there. They were able to wiggle their way down to the glass and get around the big, heavy trees, but the players have been unbelievable with giving the fans pucks. We've never seen anything like this, and the fans here in Minnesota are playing a gigantic role in what's going on here in the Twin Cities, especially here in St. Paul.